The holidays are supposed to fill our homes with joy, laughter, and warmth. But sometimes, the very gifts we unwrap can leave us feeling overwhelmed, stressed, or even guilty. After 60, every item in your home carries meaning, and if it's not truly useful or cherished, it can silently steal your peace, clutter your space, and weigh on your mind. This season, instead of letting clutter take over your living space and thoughts, we're going to explore 10 gifts and decorations that seniors often regret bringing home, the ones that start off exciting but end up sitting in a corner collecting dust. We'll also share smarter, simpler alternatives that bring joy, comfort, and function without crowding your home or causing unnecessary stress. Before we dive any further, take a moment to tap that hype button, hit like, and subscribe. Every action helps seniors' voices rise to the top, letting more people discover these tips for simplifying the holidays and creating homes full of calm, peace, and joy rather than stress and clutter. Now, meet Harvey Larkspur, 72, a retired postal worker who adores cozy holiday traditions and family memories, but quietly struggles with clutter taking over his space. Walking into his living room, Harvey shifts a stack of oversized holiday figurines with a wry chuckle, his eyes flicking to unopened gifts piled in the corner. The joy of giving and receiving is there, but so is the realization that some gifts, though thoughtful, just don't fit into his life anymore. Do you have a Harvey moment at your home this holiday season? Maybe a gift you loved at first glance but ended up never using? Share your story in the comments below, we'd love to hear it. Gift 1. Oversized holiday figurines. Oversized holiday figurines, giant snowmen, angels, or reindeer, might look charming in store displays, but for seniors over 60, they often create more stress than joy. Large, heavy decorations are awkward to lift, tricky to arrange, and can take over a room, leaving little space for comfort or movement. What seems festive at first can quickly become clutter, turning a joyful activity into a tiring and frustrating chore, and sometimes even creating safety hazards in smaller spaces. Harvey Larkspur, 72, knows this well. He lifts a towering snowman from last year's decorations and realizes it's far too bulky for the corner he had in mind. He smiles at the memory of unwrapping it, but now it feels heavy, awkward, and intrusive. Harvey loves the memories behind the piece, but he also understands that sentiment doesn't require sacrificing comfort, safety, or peace of mind. The figurine is beautiful, but its size makes decorating more stressful than joyful. For seniors who want to balance nostalgia and practicality, smaller, meaningful pieces are a smarter choice. Tabletop figurines, handcrafted ornaments, or keepsakes that tell a story can preserve holiday memories without dominating space. Even a single angel on a mantle or a tiny snowman on a side table can bring warmth and charm while keeping the home calm and open. These smaller items are easier to rotate yearly, making each holiday feel fresh without adding clutter. If a large figurine holds sentimental value, photographing it or storing it safely in a labeled box allows you to preserve the memory while freeing your living space. Harvey often checks his stored decorations in the attic, feeling content knowing the memories are intact, even if the items aren't on display. By choosing smaller, carefully selected decorations, decorating becomes easier, less stressful, and more enjoyable. Seniors often underestimate how much oversized items can affect mood, comfort, and mental clarity. Harvey has learned that real joy comes from meaning, memory, and comfort, not from size, and that letting go of bulky items can make holidays more peaceful and truly memorable. Have you ever received a decoration you loved but couldn't manage? Share your story in the comments so we can all discover smarter, more joyful ways to celebrate the holidays without clutter. Gift 2. Novelty kitchen gadgets. Novelty kitchen gadgets often seem like the perfect gift, bright, quirky, and promising to make cooking fun or easier. Egg timers shaped like chickens, mini bread makers that barely fit on the counter, or tiny waffle irons with dozens of bells and whistles can feel exciting at first glance. But for seniors over 60, these items often end up creating more frustration than convenience. Many of these gadgets are single-purpose, take up precious counter space, and add to the clutter that makes everyday cooking more stressful rather than enjoyable. Harvey Larkspur learned this lesson the hard way. He recently received a mini bread maker shaped like a festive loaf, along with a set of novelty egg timers shaped like chickens, a snowman, and a turkey. At first, he laughed at the charm of the gifts and imagined how fun it would be to bake and time his cooking with these items. But when he tried to find a spot for them on his already crowded kitchen counters, his smile faded. The bread maker barely fit between his coffee machine and toaster, while the egg timers rolled around whenever he tried to move them. Harvey shook his head and realized that what was meant to bring joy was now adding stress and frustration to his daily routine. For seniors, the key is practicality and multifunctionality. Instead of single-use novelty gadgets, consider gifts that serve multiple purposes and are easy to store. A compact, all-in-one food processor, a sturdy timer that sticks to the fridge, or nesting bowls and measuring cups that save space can make cooking easier without crowding the counters. These tools bring real convenience while keeping the kitchen calm and manageable. Harvey realized that tools designed for simplicity and efficiency, rather than novelty, allowed him to enjoy cooking without worrying about clutter or safety. Another tip is to think about storage before buying or using a gadget. Items that can be folded, stacked, or tucked away in a drawer are ideal for seniors who want a clean, organized space. Harvey now keeps his favorite multipurpose gadgets neatly stored, rotating them only when needed, which makes his kitchen feel open, welcoming, and stress-free. By choosing practical, easy-to-store tools, seniors can enjoy their time in the kitchen while minimizing clutter and confusion. Cooking becomes less of a chore and more of a pleasurable, creative experience. Harvey's experience shows that thoughtful, functional gifts enhance daily life far more than cute, single-use gadgets. The right kitchen tools bring joy, efficiency, and peace of mind, all essential for seniors aiming to maintain independence and comfort. Have you ever received a kitchen gadget that looked fun but ended up collecting dust? Share your story in the comments and help others find practical, enjoyable ways to keep their kitchens simple and organized. Gift 3. Scented gift sets. Scented gift sets, like packs of strong candles, bath bombs, or elaborate potpourri trays, might seem like the perfect way to bring warmth and coziness to the holidays. They promise a fragrant, relaxing atmosphere and are often beautifully packaged, making them an easy choice for a thoughtful gift. However, for seniors over 60, these gifts can backfire. Overly strong or artificial scents can be overwhelming, trigger headaches or allergies, and actually make a home feel less comfortable rather than more inviting. Harvey Larkspur learned this the hard way. He eagerly opened a brightly wrapped gift set, expecting a pleasant surprise. Instead, a wave of overpowering fragrance hit him immediately. He wrinkled his nose and coughed slightly as the room filled with a mix of artificial vanilla, cinnamon, and floral scents. Harvey enjoys subtle aromas and gentle sensory experiences, but this gift was intense, and he realized that what was meant to soothe and delight was now intrusive and almost irritating. For seniors, the key is subtlety and natural scents. Instead of heavily fragranced candles or bath bombs, consider gifts that provide light, calming aromas without overwhelming the senses. Essential oil diffusers with mild scents like lavender, eucalyptus, or unscented soy candles can create a gentle ambience that enhances relaxation without irritation. Small sachets of dried herbs, like lavender or chamomile, tucked into drawers or closets, offer a soft, natural scent that reminds you of holidays past without filling the entire room. Another helpful tip is to personalize scents to preference. Some seniors are sensitive to strong smells, and what smells delightful to one person can be overwhelming to another. Harvey now makes it a habit to test small fragrance samples first or choose unscented products with subtle essential oils, ensuring that the aroma enhances his living space instead of dominating it. This approach keeps the home comfortable and prevents fragrances from becoming another source of stress or clutter. Scented gifts can still bring warmth, memories, and enjoyment, but only if they respect the space and senses of the recipient. For seniors, choosing subtle, natural scents transforms a gift into a calming experience rather than an intrusive one. Harvey discovered that with careful selection, these gentle fragrances can evoke nostalgia, comfort, and a sense of peace, making the holidays truly enjoyable. Have you ever received a scented gift that was just too strong to enjoy? Share your experience in the comments so we can all learn how to choose fragrances that are soothing, welcoming, and perfectly suited for seniors' homes. Gift 4. Clothing that doesn't fit. Clothing gifts during the holidays often come with high hopes, novelty Christmas sweaters, scarves with intricate patterns, or socks featuring elaborate designs. They look fun, festive, and thoughtful in the wrapping, but for seniors over 60, they can easily turn into a source of frustration. Ill-fitting garments, overly complicated designs, or scratchy materials can make what should be a joyful gift feel uncomfortable or impractical, leaving it relegated to the back of the closet. Harvey Larkspur knows this struggle firsthand. He holds up a bright red Christmas sweater 2 sizes too small and can't help but laugh at the absurdity. The neckline is tight, the sleeves pull at the shoulders, and the fabric itches against his skin. Harvey appreciates the thought behind the gift, but he realizes that he will never actually wear it comfortably. It's a stark reminder that not all gifts, even when well-intentioned, translate into enjoyment or utility for seniors. For seniors, the focus should be on comfort, usability, and personal style. Instead of novelty items that prioritize humor or festivity over fit, look for clothing that seniors can wear with ease. Soft, breathable fabrics, adjustable sizes, and timeless patterns allow clothing to feel both practical and stylish. A cozy cardigan, a lightweight scarf, or a pair of non-slip socks in neutral or cheerful colors can be appreciated, used regularly, and incorporated into everyday life without the frustration of an ill-fitting gift. Another tip is to consider mobility and ease of wear. Seniors often prefer items with simple fastenings, stretchy fabrics, and flexible sizing, which support independence and comfort. Harvey now keeps a mental note of his favorite fabrics and fits, which helps family and friends choose gifts he'll actually enjoy. This small adjustment turns gifting into a genuinely meaningful experience, ensuring that each item adds to his comfort rather than cluttering his wardrobe. The emotional impact of clothing gifts is significant. Wearing a garment that fits well and feels pleasant on the skin can lift mood, evoke confidence, and even spark joyful memories of the holidays. Ill-fitting or uncomfortable clothing, by contrast, can be a subtle but persistent source of stress, disappointment, or wasted space. Harvey learned that thoughtful, senior-friendly clothing brings warmth, comfort, and enjoyment far more reliably than oversized novelty items. Have you ever received clothing that looked fun but never got worn? Share your experience in the comments and help others discover the joy of giving gifts that seniors can actually use, wear, and cherish. Gift 5. Complicated tech gadgets. Tech gadgets are often gifted with the best intentions. Smartwatches, fitness trackers, and advanced remote controls promise convenience, entertainment, and connection. But for seniors over 60, these devices can easily become a source of stress rather than joy. Small buttons, confusing menus, app updates, and complicated instructions can overwhelm anyone, turning what should be helpful into a frustrating puzzle. Harvey Larkspur knows this well. He unwraps a smartwatch and a fitness tracker, excited at first. But when he opens the instruction manual, he frowns. The pages are filled with tiny text, multiple setup steps, and references to apps he's never used. Trying to figure out notifications, health tracking, or syncing with his phone feels exhausting. The excitement fades into frustration. Harvey appreciates the thought behind the gift, but he quickly realizes that without simplicity, these gadgets won't enhance his life, they'll only clutter his mind and counters. For seniors, the key is simplicity and usability. Instead of complicated gadgets, consider senior-friendly devices with clear controls, large buttons, readable displays, and intuitive operation. Voice assistants, smart speakers, or tablets with simplified interfaces allow seniors to enjoy technology without stress. Devices that focus on a single purpose, like a basic digital photo frame, an easy-to-use blood pressure monitor, or a voice-activated light switch, offer real benefits without overwhelming the user. Another approach is to guide at the moment of gifting. Harvey found that walking through a new gadget step by step turned confusion into confidence. Some seniors may prefer devices that integrate into routines without app downloads or frequent troubleshooting. Choosing tech that fits naturally into daily life encourages enjoyment and keeps the experience empowering rather than stressful. Complicated tech gifts can alienate seniors from the benefits of technology. Instead of excitement, they often produce frustration, avoidance, and guilt at not being able to use the device. Harvey learned that thoughtful, senior-focused technology makes life easier, safer, and more engaging, while overly complex gadgets often end up unused in drawers. Have you ever received a tech gift that felt impossible to figure out? Share your experience in the comments so we can all find ways to enjoy technology without confusion or clutter, keeping life simpler and more enjoyable for seniors. Gift 6. Decorative trinket boxes. Decorative trinket boxes are often given as charming gifts, tiny, ornate containers meant to hold memories, jewelry, or small treasures. At first glance, they appear thoughtful and elegant. But for seniors over 60, these delicate boxes often become little more than dust collectors. Their intricate designs, multiple small parts, or delicate lids make them tricky to use, and the sheer number can quickly clutter drawers and surfaces rather than bring joy. Harvey Larkspur understands this challenge well. He opens a bedroom drawer and is greeted by a jumble of miniature boxes, each more elaborate than the last. Some are shaped like tiny chests, others like ornate books, each decorated with gold accents or hand-painted scenes. Harvey shakes his head with mild exasperation. While he appreciates the thought behind these gifts, he rarely opens them. They sit silently, gathering dust and taking up space, reminders of holiday generosity that aren't actually serving him. For seniors, the best approach is to choose quality over quantity. Instead of a collection of trinket boxes, a single meaningful keepsake box or a well-crafted photo album can hold the memories and treasures that matter most. These items are easier to manage, display, and enjoy, transforming the act of preserving memories from a chore into a pleasure. Harvey found that a single, beautifully made box containing cherished photographs or letters brought him more joy than the dozen smaller boxes he had accumulated over the years. Another tip is to consider practicality and visibility. Trinket boxes that are too small or fragile often disappear into drawers, making it easy to forget what's inside. Seniors benefit from items that are accessible and intentional, boxes or albums that can be displayed, organized, or rotated regularly. This ensures that the memories they contain remain alive, appreciated, and easy to revisit. Decorative trinket boxes can symbolize thoughtfulness, but without careful selection, they often contribute to clutter. Harvey learned that meaningful, functional gifts create lasting joy while minimizing stress and mess. Fewer, well-chosen keepsakes allow seniors to enjoy their treasures without the frustration of managing dozens of tiny items. Have you ever received decorative boxes that ended up forgotten? Share your experience in the comments so we can all discover ways to preserve memories thoughtfully, keeping homes organized and full of joy for the holidays. Gift 7. Over-the-top yard decorations. Over-the-top yard decorations, giant inflatable Santas, reindeer that tower over the lawn, blinking lights that cover every tree and bush, may look fun on social media, but for seniors over 60, they often create more headache than holiday cheer. These decorations are bulky, difficult to set up, and take up space that could be used for gardening, walking paths, or simply enjoying a peaceful yard. What's intended as festive can quickly feel overwhelming, physically demanding, and stressful to maintain. Harvey Larkspur knows this well. Peering out his window, he watches a neighbor's yard filled with giant inflatable Santas and flashing reindeer. He mutters, "No thank you," shaking his head. While he enjoys the spirit of the holidays, Harvey understands that replicating such displays would be exhausting, impractical, and unnecessary. The sheer size of these decorations means heavy lifting, tangled cords, and constant vigilance against wind or rain damage, turning what should be a joyful activity into a labor-intensive task. For seniors, the key is small, manageable, and meaningful outdoor decor. Instead of oversized inflatables, consider solar-powered stake lights, miniature tabletop winter scenes, or small wreaths and lanterns that enhance the outdoor space without dominating it. Harvey found that a few well-placed lights along a walkway or a charming tabletop snow scene on his porch brought the same sense of holiday warmth, without the stress of giant inflatables. Another tip is to choose decorations that align with your lifestyle and mobility. Seniors benefit from items that are lightweight, easy to store, and safe to handle. Harvey keeps a box of small, themed decorations, solar lanterns, tiny snowmen, and miniature Santa figurines, that can be quickly arranged for maximum visual impact without the burden of bulky installations. This preserves both the beauty of the holidays and the serenity of his home. Over-the-top yard decorations can be fun, but they are not always practical for seniors. Thoughtful, smaller choices allow for creativity, visual charm, and holiday spirit without physical strain or clutter. Harvey's experience shows it's possible to celebrate the season in style, keeping decorations meaningful, manageable, and stress-free. Have you ever tried big yard decorations that became a hassle? Share your story in the comments so we can all find ways to make outdoor holiday decor enjoyable, safe, and perfectly suited for seniors. Gift 8. Toys that never get used. Toys are often gifted with love and good intentions, especially for grandchildren. Oversized ride-on cars, giant plush animals, or elaborate playsets seem exciting in the store, promising hours of fun. But for seniors over 60, these items can quickly become a source of frustration rather than joy. Large toys take up space, require supervision, and often end up abandoned in a corner after the initial excitement fades, creating clutter instead of connection. Harvey Larkspur has faced this dilemma many times. He glances at a pile of forgotten toys stacked in the living room corner, a ride-on train that never left its box, a massive stuffed bear that dwarfs the armchair, and a colorful toy castle that has seen more dust than play. Harvey smiles at the thought behind the gifts, knowing the grandchildren were thrilled at first. Yet, he also realizes that these bulky items are impractical for his home and often unused, creating stress rather than enhancing family time. For seniors, the best alternative is gifts that encourage shared experiences or lasting engagement. Books tailored to children's interests, interactive games that can be played together, or craft kits that foster creativity allow seniors to participate actively in grandchildren's lives without adding permanent clutter. Harvey discovered that a simple storybook evening or a board game night strengthened bonds while keeping his home organized. These gifts create joy, memories, and conversation, rather than taking up space and collecting dust. Another tip is to consider storage and rotation. If a toy is special, choose one that can be easily stored or moved, and encourage the grandchildren to use it during visits rather than leaving it out indefinitely. Harvey now keeps a small, curated selection of toys in a dedicated bin, rotating them as needed. This ensures play remains fun, interactive, and purposeful, rather than overwhelming his living space. Oversized toys may seem impressive, but thoughtful, engaging gifts create meaningful moments without stress or clutter. Harvey learned that prioritizing experiences over objects brings far more lasting joy for both seniors and their grandchildren. Simple, interactive gifts encourage connection, laughter, and memories that last far longer than any unused toy ever could. Have you ever received a toy that looked exciting but never got used? Share your story in the comments so we can all learn smarter, more joyful ways to celebrate with grandchildren without overcrowding our homes. Gift 9. Indoor plants that need high maintenance. Indoor plants are often gifted as a symbol of life, growth, and warmth, and at first glance, they seem like the perfect way to brighten a home. Fussy orchids, delicate bonsais, or exotic plants promise beauty and a touch of nature indoors. But for seniors over 60, high-maintenance plants can become a source of stress instead of joy. These plants often require precise watering, specific lighting, careful humidity, and constant monitoring, turning a thoughtful gift into a daily chore rather than a pleasure. Harvey Larkspur has first-hand experience. He brings a delicate orchid over to the window, carefully measuring water and adjusting its placement to catch the perfect amount of sunlight. Minutes later, he sighs, realizing that keeping it alive requires more attention than he expected. The flower is stunning, but the constant care feels burdensome. Harvey loves the idea of a green, lively home, but he knows overcomplicated plants can quickly add worry, not relaxation, to his life. For seniors, the key is low-maintenance greenery that still adds beauty and joy. Succulents, snake plants, pothos, or realistic artificial plants offer a long-lasting aesthetic without daily stress. These options are forgiving, resilient, and require minimal effort, allowing seniors to enjoy greenery, color, texture, and a sense of life, without constant upkeep. Harvey discovered that a small cluster of succulents on his windowsill provided the same charm as the fussy orchids, yet with far less worry. Another helpful tip is to consider placement and accessibility. Seniors often benefit from lightweight pots, raised surfaces, or containers that are easy to reach and water. Harvey now chooses plants in containers that can be easily moved or rotated for sunlight exposure. Artificial plants are also a wonderful alternative, providing greenery and style without the need for care. Indoor plants can enhance a home's warmth and ambience, but only if they fit the lifestyle of the person receiving them. Harvey learned that choosing plants that are simple to maintain brings lasting joy and a sense of accomplishment, while high-maintenance gifts often become a source of stress and clutter. By selecting greenery wisely, seniors can enjoy comfort, beauty, and serenity without the pressure of constant upkeep. Have you ever received a plant that looked beautiful but was too much work to care for? Share your experience in the comments so we can all learn how to bring greenery into our homes without turning it into a chore. Gift 10. Holiday-themed home gadgets. Holiday-themed home gadgets, singing snow globes, spinning nutcrackers, blinking miniature trains, can seem whimsical and festive. At first, they appear fun, adding motion, music, and charm to holiday decor. But for seniors over 60, these gadgets often create more noise, stress, and clutter than joy. Their constant motion, loud sounds, or complex mechanisms can overwhelm a space, making what should be a cozy home feel chaotic and distracting. Harvey Larkspur knows this well. He unwraps a singing snow globe and a tiny mechanical nutcracker, expecting a small dose of holiday cheer. When he activates them, the snow globe warbles a jarring tune while the nutcracker twirls with a creak. Harvey shakes his head, realizing these noisy gadgets won't enhance his holiday experience. He quickly decides they'll stay in the box, leaving him free to enjoy his home in peace. For seniors, the key is simplicity, elegance, and meaningful ambience. Instead of noisy or mechanical decorations, consider items that bring warmth subtly: soft candlelight, classic ornaments, gently glowing string lights, or simple tabletop displays. These enhance the festive feeling without creating stress, accidents, or excessive upkeep. Harvey has found that a few carefully chosen, quiet, and beautiful decorations can create magic in his home without overwhelming noise. Another tip is to prioritize durability and ease of use. Seniors benefit from decorations that can be set up quickly, stored safely, and enjoyed repeatedly. Items like elegant lanterns, handcrafted wooden figurines, or simple LED-lit displays are timeless and safe. Harvey now selects decorations that feel special but don't interfere with comfort. This transforms holiday decorating from stressful to joyful, enhancing the spirit of the season. Holiday-themed gadgets can be entertaining, but when complexity, noise, or size outweigh simplicity and enjoyment, they become a burden. Harvey learned that thoughtful, understated decorations create lasting happiness and a cozy environment. By choosing items that are elegant, easy to use, and meaningful, seniors can celebrate the holidays fully, embracing warmth, beauty, and tranquility. Have you ever received a holiday gadget that looked fun but ended up stressful? Share your experience in the comments so we can all find ways to celebrate with decorations that truly enhance comfort, charm, and holiday cheer. Harvey Larkspur sits back in his favorite armchair, the glow of soft holiday lights warming his living room. The once crowded shelves are now curated, a few meaningful keepsakes, subtle decorations, and gifts that enhance the atmosphere without overwhelming it. The space feels open, peaceful, and full of memories rather than clutter. Harvey remembers past chaos, the oversized figurines, complicated gadgets, and overpowering scents. He smiles, realizing life feels simpler when each item has purpose. Every gift now brings connection, warmth, or a personal story. The season's joy comes from thoughtful choices that enhance comfort and emotional well-being. For seniors, the lesson is clear: choose gifts and decorations that support your lifestyle and enrich your experiences. Small, meaningful items, books, cozy clothing, low-maintenance plants, or subtle decor create a festive environment that's manageable and joyful. Harvey's home feels like a sanctuary, ready for family, laughter, and peace. Remember to tap the hype button, like, subscribe, and share your tips for a clutter-free holiday. Every hype helps more seniors discover the joy of simplicity. Have you found a gift or decor strategy that transformed your holidays? Share in the comments and inspire others to create meaningful, joyful, and clutter-free celebrations.